What's up, everybody? This is Trainor-Ling here.
What's going on, my Petshoppers and video gamers? It's this little Sony shop here.
What's up, everybody? It's I, Ken Snake.
Hello, everyone. This is WingedArtist28.
Greetings, everyone. This is CC Trainor-Ling.
And guys, we have another guest with us this week, so please introduce yourself.
Happy Dip-On Day, everyone. My name is Ethan. I'm glad to be here today.
We are glad to have you here as well.
Yep.
Alright, guys, so without further ado, let's go right into the plot. So the plot here is that when Minka's cousin Cheep Cheep comes to the pet shop, he comes with a headset that's supposed to allow humans to understand what the pets are saying. Unfortunately, it doesn't work, but his owner believes it works. And the subplot, technically, is that Blythe is trying to explain to young me how she understands the pets, and young me tries to understand the pets herself.
Technically, it was Cheep Cheep who thought it was Wart, not his owner, Professor Superman.
Alright, so the first positive, the song. Alright. Let me just say, I'm just going to be gushing about this, and keep in mind, what I'm saying in this review about this is only about 10 or 15% of what I have to say about this song. So, this song was fantastic. Like, I love ballads like that, and it was like a musical, and the fact that I love this song so much, I learned the words that very day. I learned it on Saturday, and I listened to it over and over again. I learned all the words, I learned all the parts, learned the time signature, learned the key signatures. The beat was fantastic, the vocals were spot on, and we got to see the pet's owners. I mean, come on. That's like the greatest thing that's happened.
If I could talk about the song too, this is a really amazing, touching, heartwarming song. Most pet owners in real life could agree that this song is relatable to them because in real life, we also love to wonder if our pets could actually talk to us in human language and if we could understand them. What my brother loves to wonder if my cat could talk to us and what he would say. So for scientists and researchers, this is a major part of their research to be able to understand animal language. And not only that, but this song also reminds me of 2 episodes of Ruby Goon called Hairless the Musical, because the entirety of those episodes consist of songs and Broadway-like musicals. And I believe the song in Pet Sounds could also be a Broadway musical because of the last note by Cheep Cheep.
Yeah, this song actually does feel like a Broadway musical you would actually see, in that sequence, because, it sounds like Sondheim in that sense, and also, like, the matter that I actually do own a dog, too, and, it does relate to that fact. It's just a great, powerful ballad that it does also justify with just how much the pets actually want to be understood by their owners or any other people besides Blythe. You can tell that they're really emoting that.
Yes, I really do love the song. I especially love the part where all the pets were holding together and singing together on stage. It just reminds me of so much of my days in high school choir. It was just a really nice feeling to it.
Yeah, that part just really got me saying, love this song, no questions asked, top 10 best songs ever made, then and there.
I swear to anything, I almost cried during that.
Wow.
Of course you would.
I was getting emotional in it.
Yeah, it's an emotional song. And talking about the pet owners again, I really like how we get introduced to more relatives for the pets, as well as seeing the pet owners, because it gives the characters more depth into it, and it shows us what the pets do in their free time away from Littlest Pet Shop.
Yeah. And I think it also gives away that they all live in the same apartment. Which is probably why I heard LPS so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and particularly, like, pretty much we've seen actually, like, the first of the owners. Now we still have, like, Minka, Vinny, and Sunil's owners yet to be revealed in the set. And one part I'd like to add on is Cheep Cheep, Minka's cousin, and, he's such a very funny guest, pet in that sense. I think some of the funniest parts I actually did chuckle a bit was when he brings some funny remarks on how the humans just can't even, like, embrace the art of communication in real life when they just stick to their smartphones or just are just like being careless or something, It's like in the words of Homer, it's like, it's funny because it's true.
I'd like to add a positive.
Yeah.
Young me, because 2 things. 1, they actually added bonus points for the continuity being after his secret recipe. So they actually went somewhere with it.
Though I feel as if it took a little bit long to get there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least it got there, though.
But yeah, I mean, like, it got there, just maybe could have been a little bit sooner.
Then we also have Young Me actually trying to attempt the talk of the past, which I really
Oh, yeah.
That was hysterical.
Yeah.
What you talking about, Phyllis?
Oh, that part was just
That was my
like, wow,
favorite.
great one, Kaito. Yeah.
What'd she say?
I really like how in this episode we only had just one plot, and even though that subplot with Young Me and Blythe, and that felt like it was more intertwined with the single plot. It didn't really feel like a subplot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the few episodes in which there is only like one plot, and that's it.
My last positive I have listed is the references. When they did a reference with Minka and Young Me for Indiana Jones, all the stuff they did was just to be like Raiders of the Lost Ark for those of you that have seen Indiana Jones series. And they had a lot of the jokes that were in it, like Indy tells, I forgot what the guy's name is, but he tells him to stay back. He goes through, and every single time in every movie, the part when she gets the hat from the alligator, that's a big reference from Indiana Jones because Indy never loses his hat. He never goes anywhere without it. And also, when they're trying to find Cheep Cheep across downtown city, they had a Pac-Man reference. That I found
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It was like 2 references in one episode. Especially 2 references that I love seals the deal for me.
Yeah.
As if the song wasn't enough.
Man, they go so clever with those type of references.
I think my last positive is just the overall message that this episode has when it comes to animals and pets trying to understand each other.
I do agree.
It just felt like it felt really natural, even though we kind of already knew it. It sort of was played off really effectively. It didn't feel like, like to bog it down on our audience. No, this is something that they learned naturally.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, I think my last part to add on was that this is a big fresh air, when this takes place after Secret Recipe, as we know that, in the past pauses. This shows actually, the sort of development that we really wanted to see after the fact that Blythe told her secret to Young Me, and now Young Me is actually, willing to actually, get used to, Blythe having this ability, even though she doesn't have it. And that hopefully she'll find other ways to communicate with animals. And that does show near the end that she has learned a bit from that, yeah.
Then I'd like to talk about one tiny nitpick I have in this episode.
Snake, how could you?
Oh, come on.
There's nothing bad about this episode.
Hey, I'm also in the boat too. I have a tiny nitpick as well.
Oh, come on.
How could you?
Alright, here, go.
Okay, so during the beginning of the song, we see Cheep Cheep singing by himself in the rain while he's wearing the electronic helmet. So if we go by real-world laws of physics, we know that water conducts electricity, which is why we don't bring electronics into the water or the rain. So if we know this, then wouldn't Cheep Cheep's helmet get short-circuited due to the rain and stop working and smoke up? But I guess since it's like a dream sequence and it's a song montage, it could be applied to the same logic as when Sunil and Vinny were in space and somehow talking with each other. So I guess it could be just cartoon logic or something, but I still noticed it a little bit.
You're not supposed to question cartoon logic, Snake. That's the rule.
My nitpick is the moment when the judges are saying, "How did you know that was Cheep Cheep's favorite food?" Well, I just knew. It just kind of bugs me for some reason.
Yeah, because you can't explain it.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I kind of have a very, very, very minor nitpick.
Sunil, how could you?
Oh, no.
But believe me, I don't even feel right saying it. But my one nitpick is at the end of the song, where it was so great, you're all caught up in the moment, and then the helmet translator had to kill the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Your mechanical wax is lovely today.
Your mechanical wax looks lovely today. I think that was Sam who did the robot voice.
Yeah.
Had to have.
Payoff joke in near the most emotional song.
Oh, definitely. That's my new favorite of the series, by far. Overall, for me, this was a fantastic episode, or as I like to say it, pet-tastic episode. Everything about this episode was great. The song was my favorite song of the entire series by far. Chase Away the Winter Blues has got nothing on this song. The references were great. The moral of the episode was great. The characters were great. Cheep Cheep was great. Young Me was great. The humor was great. Everything about this was fantastic and basically flawless. For me, I'm giving this episode a 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna give this episode a 9.5 out of 10.
9.5.
Because, again, this episode was good, but it still didn't reach the levels of perfection in my eye.
Yeah.
So for me, I really did love this episode, don't get me wrong. I love Professor Superman's name because if you take out the H in his name, it becomes Superman. So you could say we have a superhero in Littlest Pet Shop.
Oh.
The funny thing is, he was using Russell's voice, only it was slightly deeper.
Yeah.
It sounded, it kind of felt like he was doing like a Jerry Lewis impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost.
But like
Hey,
so many
so-
people were saying, Russell, human Russell, it's canon.
Oh,
Hey.
wow.
Hey,
No.
as long as this Superman isn't involved in Man of Steel and we have to compare Michael Shannon to a barking bulldog, then we'll be okay.
This episode was really entertaining. It didn't leave me bored or anything like that. I loved every single part of this episode, even if I had one tiny nitpick. But I just didn't have too many positives to talk about, although I would still give it a 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is definitely a big breath of fresh air, like I said again. I mean, this is an amazing post-Secret Recipe episode filled with so much development for the characters, and most of the themes and animal communications, and the song that does shine the greatness in the pets. And I'm so glad Youngmi got the power development that shows from the past episode of Secret Recipe. I hope to see more of episodes like this in a weekly if possible. Yeah, definitely in my top 10 best episodes of the series. My final score is a perfect 10 out of 10.
I'm also with Clay on this one when I say I'm putting this episode in my top 10 list of best episodes of Littlest Pet Shop. I don't know where yet, but it's definitely going somewhere on that list. I just really love this episode. I mean, I can't find anything wrong with it at all. I love the message at the end of the episode. I really enjoyed the continuity that we've had since the Secret Recipe, although I still think this continuity should have been referenced a couple times, at least maybe once, sooner rather than later, but hey, at least it still happened, and it still exists. The characters were great, the song was magnificent, and of course, Cheep Cheep was just brilliant. But I noticed something. We've had pets in the latter half of the season named after the sounds they make. Like, we've had a cat named Meow Meow, and we've had a monkey named Cheep Cheep. So, what's next? Are we going to have a frog named Croak Croak?
Come on. We're all already on a nice roll with this whole animal-sounding pet name. Come on, let's keep it going.
Meow Meow, Cheep Cheep.
Croak and Croak Croak. Hey, make it happen.
Oh.
So, overall, nothing bad to say about this episode. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
And I really enjoyed this episode too. I really like how, I agree with some of you, I really like how Youngmi is trying to talk to the pets like why. The song was really good. Best song in LPS history. And really enjoyed seeing the owners too of some of the pets. I give this a perfect 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so this is Senil Nation 98.
Well, Sony Shop.
I Can Snake.
WingedArtist28.
CC Trainor-Ling.
And Ethan.
And we will see you guys for the next episode. See you guys soon. Adios.
Take
Peace
care,
out,
everyone.
home slices.
I'll see you
Stay
guys later.
classy.
I'm gonna go read some more Zoophobia. It's just a good read.
Oh yeah, I should be in that too. I'm actually loving it.
Lovely.
2 hours later. Oh, everyone left already. They left before I can show them this wicked helmet I found. Look at it. It's freaking awesome. Oh, man. I just found it. I was just roaming around the college here, for no particular reason, but found this helmet and thought it was pretty cool. And I took it home. Not sure. I think there's a switch on here. Let me examine this thing a little bit. Alright, so let me try this out. Let me see. Here's a little mic on this one. Hello, everybody. I am Downloads Bacon.
Your applesauce looks great in vanilla pudding.
That's not what I said. Okay, let's try this one more time here. Hello, everybody. This is the greatest member in the world, Downloads Bacon.
Have you ever tried Doritos with guacamole?
Well, that's not what I said, but I have tried that. That does taste pretty good. Look at me. I'm having a conversation with this helmet. Let me just take this thing off. You're an interesting helmet, but I guess you're broken or something. Thought this was like a universal communicator. No matter. Well, let's start the show. Time for my review. What can I say about this episode that hasn't been said already? This episode is great. However, I think I have something. I might be the oddball here. I think I actually have a few nitpicks here. A few legit nitpicks here. Or little reasons why this episode is not a 10 out of 10 for me. Number 1. Am I the only one who noticed that the idea of the fact that it was Russell who was the other pet to tag along? It didn't really need to be Russell. It could have been anyone else. Russell really didn't say anything. The reason I bring this up is I would kind of like to see other pets, get more attention. But seeing Minka interact with other pets, but it would have just been more, I guess, just like I said, this feels more of a nitpick. It's just for myself. I would have been happy if it was just Minka and Pepper. Minka and Vinny, or, maybe Minka and Penny Ling again. I loved Day at the Museum. That would have been nice to see again. I don't know. It just would have been nice. But, we got what we got. It was Russell because he's the favorite. That's usually how it comes off. Number 2. This one is very minor. This is like Ekans minor here, or slightly better. Just the window. I'm very concerned over safety, but maybe I'm putting too much into this. Again, it just would have been nice if the window, that one, wasn't so easily openable. It would have basically prevented this whole plot from happening. Number 3. You'll figure it out. That one part with Blythe and Young Me kind of bothered me, but nothing too major. These nitpicks ain't much, but they make more sense than someone dying in their fantasy due to electrocution, or shock, or understanding what your pet wants. Mr. Superman, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, he's Cheep Cheep's owner, so I think he can guess, or due to trial and error, can figure out what Cheep Cheep's favorite snacks are. The helmet ruining the song, that was actually just part of the joke. So now time for some positive notes here. The song was good. Not one I'd put on my MP3, but still really good. It complements the episode very well. It's nice to see the owners, even though we'll never see Minka's, Vinny's, or Sunil's. The lesson was nice, and everything worked perfectly well. And the Pac-Man video game related reference was pretty funny. So overall, I'd give this episode a 9.9 out of 10. It's awesome. It's very, very well done. It's nice to see the owners, most of them, and it's really good to have an episode where we focus on Minka, Young Me. It's a good episode after the secret recipe. And also, something you guys pointed out that is somewhat incorrect. It hasn't been that long since the secret recipe in the correct order. The TV order is a lot different from the production order because Winter Wonder What and Snowstorming are actually supposed to go before Hamsterhood. Technically, we only get, 1 or 2 episodes before this episode, so it's not too far away. Other than that, yeah, the production order and the television airing order is different, so that's why it came off as a little weird. Why would they wait just an entire winter to actually talk about her ability to speak to pets? Actually, this should have been the episode right after. No matter. I haven't learned my lesson yet. Thanks, and thanks again.
You're welcome. Download bacon.
Oh, that's creepy. Oh, okay. Is this helmet learning?
We finished it!
We literally just finished. Like, we just literally went.
I must have missed the joke here. What happened?
We were just done recording when you just came
like,
in.
Literally just came
the very moment that you came on, Clay turned off the recording. Because we
it's alright. You can do your post-recording, that's fine. It was unexpected, but we were just like, yeah, but, okay.
Well, that's fine. I'm gonna do mine in post anyway, guys.
Yeah, that's alright, yeah.
That's amazing.
Aria mad.